As a civil society organization that is concerned about the sustainability of organizations in the sector, one of the key areas of our concern is financial sustainability. And the reason we are concerned about this is that civil society organizations in Africa are excessively dependent on donor funding. If you look at the portfolios of many civil society organizations, up to about 90% or even more of their funding comes from sources from the Americas, from Europe, etc. They are external to the environment in which they operate. So for us, the issue of financial sustainability is an extremely important issue that we needed to confront head on, as many of our countries and many of our organizations are struggling to get funding for their work. Because of this situation, we partnered with the Innovation for Change to organize a shared learning convening on alternative funding models. And what we did is that we identified organizations from all across Africa, including North, East, West, and Central Africa, to come and share their experiences on how they are implementing alternative models to the usual donor kind of funding models. And what happened was that we then committed to developing a guidebook that will reflect all these experiences. So what we did was to approach organizations that attended this convening and other sister organizations that we had identified that were implementing some alternative models, alternative funding models. And so what we did, we shared with them guiding questions and had conversations with them for us to capture their stories in the form of a case study. Beyond that, what we did was also did our own desktop research to look at how these models were being applied, what kind of models were available. And so then we took this information and then developed this guide. I'm sure you'll be wondering, who can use this guidebook and how do you access this guidebook? So whether you are a nascent organization, a startup CSO, a CBO, a youth group, an individual that has found a problem or a need you want to respond to by creating an NGO or a CSO or a CBO or some sort of group, this guidebook will be useful for you. The guidebook will provide you the requisite information for you to then implement a funding model that suits the way you operate. And I think this is key. There's several examples of different funding models that you can then select and follow in terms of the steps on how to integrate this funding model into your operations. And this is why this guide will be beyond the fact that it's a learning tool. It can also be a daily reference document. You can access this guidebook online at WACC's website, and you go to WACC's website and you go under our publications section and access this guidebook. You can also access this guidebook in English and French. You can access this guidebook on the Innovation for Change platform, innovationforchange.net, and of course WACC.org. Make use of this guidebook and strengthen the sustainability and resilience of your organization.